WWF Survivor Series 1997. Yep, it's that one. I know. You're tired of hearing about it. There's no more angles to take on it. We've covered it enough. But guys, just sit there because I think you're wrong. The industry shaking thing that happened on this show, I think there's a lot of meat on the bone. So just sit there, relax. It's going to be a fun one. We are going to get all into that topic, of course, of the pay-per-view debut of Bull Buchanan, coming right here on the Apron Bump Podcast.
And the hardest, talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what heart is. Standing strong and proud, nothing can knock this. Let's get started.
What's up, everybody? Howdy. Welcome to the Apron Bump Podcast. I'm your host, the hardest part of the ring, Kyle. How is everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a lovely winter. Huh? A little chilly over there in your neck of the woods. How about your neck of the woods? It's chilly over here. That's why I'm purple for some reason. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, this quick peek behind the curtain. I got a new camera a few weeks ago because my other one was shitting the bed. I got a new camera and I've been like fiddling with the settings, trying to get everything right. And I think I got everything right here, but there was one setting that I've had on that I didn't realize I had on. It was like defaultly on the camera. It's called face touch up or like face smoothing or something like that. I've had that on apparently. So if you've been watching these past few episodes and wondering why is the hardest part of the ring look like a China doll? Well, that's why. But God damn it, I turned it off. I looked at the camera. I'm like, oh Jesus, we need to turn that back on. I step outside for a second and my skin cracks and my eyes swell up and my balls shrivel up into my body. Like, I'm not built for cold. But speaking of cold, it's gonna be a cold day in hell. And hold on. Speaking of cold, it's stone cold on the no fuck. Speaking of cold, it was pretty cold what they did to Bret Hart on this show. Come on, folks. I know. Stop. That's the stop gong. I added a gong noise to my soundboard. What are we even talking about here? WWF Survivor Series 1997. By golly, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, of course. We have the debut of Bull Buchanan. We have the in-ring debut of Kane in like a low-key great match. What the fuck? We have Survivor Series 4-on-4 elimination matches out the wazoo. So many crazy characters and factions. Gang warfare, gang rules, or whatever the hell the tagline is for this show. A lot of gang action on this show. Weirdly, though, there is a lot. Because look, so we all know what this is, right? It's the Montreal Screwjob. That's what everybody thinks about when they think of Survivor Series 1997, and I can't really blame them. I have never seen this show before. I didn't really know anything else that happened on this show other than the final couple seconds. So before I watched the show, I was fully expecting this podcast to be like 90% Montreal Screwjob talk and 10% other shit. But you watch this, there's, again, the debut of Kane. Crazy. And genuinely, it's his first match. Might be his best. As far as like just one-on-one matches, top 3, I would say for sure. I'll say top 5 for sure. Probably top 3, maybe top 1. I don't know. Crazy good match with Mankind. Nobody ever talks about it. We also have the follow-up of Stone Cold breaking his neck. He's returning to action here to have a rematch against Owen Hart. Everybody talks about SummerSlam. Everybody talks about the neck break, but nobody ever talks about the follow-up. Well, me and you, my guest, are here to discuss a follow-up to Stone Cold breaking his neck, challenging for the IC title against Owen Hart. Crazy stuff there. And just everything surrounding it. And again, we got the Truth Commission. We got DOA. We got the Godwins. We got the Headbangers, Bradshaw. Goldust is wearing blackface. We got Ken Shamrock. I mean, just so much going on with the show. So I'm going to stop lollygagging so we can get into it. Let me first give a shout out to my beautiful, beautiful guest on this program, Charlie from the street corner in Southeast Taiwan. Charlie's an OG of the Apron Bump, a reoccurring guest, one of my favorite guys to have on here. It's blast having him on here once again to talk about a monumental show in the history of wrestling. I know a lot of people roll their eyes when it's more Montreal Screwjob talk, but it's the context of me watching everything in real time from every company in this period, ECW, WCW, WWF, and like watching all the Raws leading up to it, and like it magnifies it so much than if you're just to watch this in a vacuum. And I hope that gets across in this episode when we talk about it. And the big point of contention is it a work or is it not a work? I think you all know the answer. If you're a true hard-on, you know what the answer is to that question. But we will get into the nitty-gritty with that and so much more. Appreciate Charlie hopping on here, and go check out the GETCHO podcast, one of the best wrestling podcasts out there. They have a lot of fun talking wrestling. They don't just too much seriousness in wrestling nowadays. It's a breath of fresh air when you get just a couple guys having fun talking wrestling with different segments, games, other general discussion and banter and mirth. What is mirth? I've heard that word before. Does that apply here? Is a noun, means amusement, especially as expressed in laughter. Guys, the GETCHO podcast is lousy with mirth, brimming with mirth. It's girth and mirth over there at the GETCHO. Is that trademarked? But anyways, go check them out. Go check them out. And check Charlie out. I'll put his stuff in the description as well. He was a member of the GETCHO podcast for a little bit until they found out what type of Asian he is. And they're like, I don't think so. So they got rid of him. But before we get into the episode real quick, first of all, I just brought up all these companies that I'm watching in real time, WWF, WCW, ECW. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of the episode where the hardest promotion battle of 1997 continues, where we pit these three companies together. We look at where they are at this point in 1997, which we're nearing the end here. We're in November of 97, so we only have a few more shows left as of right now. WCW still has a firm lead. What is this lead based on, hardest part of the ring? Well, it's a whole scoring system that takes into account average pay-per-view grade, in-ring, out-of-ring, best ofs, worst ofs, all of this. We will get into it at the end of the episode in more detail, but make sure you stay tuned for that. Whichever company has the most points at the end of 1997 earns themselves a purchase of a championship belt of that respective company. As you can see by the IC title, WWF was hardest in 1996. Who will be hardest in 1997? Well, stay tuned for that. And also one new thing, by the way, everybody, before we get into this episode here, if this episode is dropping on January 21st, on January 22nd, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, the Apron Bump is going live with the debut of Defend the Show. I brought it up briefly, loosely last week, but just wanted to plug that there. So make sure you're subscribed to YouTube or Twitch, or it'll be on Twitter as well. Whichever way you consume live content, make sure you're subscribed, and make sure you're following on all the social medias and stuff to keep abreast of what's going on. But at 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, January 22nd, the first episode of Defend the Show is going to be myself and 3 panelists. And each panelist is going to have to pick a Royal Rumble event. Which Royal Rumble event is the best? We'll get into which Royal Rumbles they chose and why this Thursday, live on the Apron Bump YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all that stuff. It's going to be a fun time there. New monthly game show type thing we're bringing to the Apron Bump. So make sure you join the chat. You might have a say in who wins, who doesn't win. And it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be people talking about why shows were good, We're going to be burying some shows. We're going to be getting some hot takes, a little trivia, a little strip poker, all of the above is going to be included on Defend the Show. So check that out. And with that, I think I'm done yapping. Let's get into this bad boy, shall we? WWF Survivor Series 1997 with myself and Charlie from my basement where he's chained up, but I release him sometimes to do podcasts. I feed him nothing but cottage cheese and onions because I like the smell of his flatulence. Can you hit the thing?
And see the 3-inch of thunder. Oh my God.
3-inch of thunder. That's what they call you, right?
I'm sure behind my back.
That's what I call you. Hold on. Just doing some prep here. Taking some prep. I have AIDS. How's life, man?
Dude, can't complain.
I know we already talked about it, but pretend like we didn't.
Okay. It sucks. I hate my life. No, life is good. It's just same thing. Just work. Been trying to keep with wrestling, but not so much because it's a lot of content, man. I don't know. And plus, like, I mean, I'd hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy where it's like, nothing's really doing it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think it's too much?
You know what?
It's everything. To me, everything just feels diluted because there's like good matches, quote unquote, like every week and shit, and it's like it just feels like too much.
It's not that. It's like it's ever since the Bloodline. I haven't been intrigued by anything because, like, if I want good matches, I can find good matches anywhere. I'll just throw on a random episode of AEW or a random New Japan or like anything, So the match quality, it's like whatever. But with the whole like things that actually get me to watch, if it's not like, I mean, dare I say it, like hot chicks, I kind of don't want to watch it,
That a
like,
boy.
I mean, I have to say, like, I'm sitting there like getting all excited watching Becky Lynch and oh my God, I already forgot her name. Maxine Dupree. I'm sort of like, yes. Why is this the one thing I'm watching right now over like anything else on Raw?
You appreciate their athleticism. That's all it is, Charles.
I just need to like go to like a strip club or something. I don't know.
Does that work? Did you hear that? It wasn't working last time. That was me testing. That was completely, I didn't mean to do that. It worked. That wasn't. It's not because you're Asian. That was just a sound that I happened to hit.
That's fitting then.
Anyways, so Bret Hart thoughts.
Not as hot as Maxine Dupree. Oh, but no,
that is. What do you think a Bret Hart versus Maxine Dupree match would look like?
It'd be the exact same moves. It's cookie cutter. Like there's gonna be a stomp to the groin. There's gonna be a quick elbow drop. There's gonna be some leg work. Right,
a lot of leg work. Probably too much leg work. God
damn. There's gonna be a bulldog.
British?
Oh, I don't know. Like British or Canadian doesn't matter.
My wife sat with me when I was watching this show last night, and he was cutting his dumb promo, and she was like, "Can he breathe?" I was like, "I don't think so. I think he's taking the bulldog name to heart."
He's got sinus issues.
His steroids are just brimming up through his throat like good gravy. Dave, settle down.
I mean, just look at him. I mean, it's worth it because he looked amazing. Oh, what though? He did pass early, right?
Yeah, he did. But gosh darn it, he looked good when he did.
Yeah, like I guess like if I'm gonna go out, might as well look like that.
Yeah,
it's like I'm dead. Oh no!
Yeah, he really screwed himself there by doing that. He had to do the job to life. You know what I'm saying? Montreal Screwjob. That's what you're talking about.
I almost feel like that other gong noise should have came out when he did that. Because I'm on this show. God damn it.
Man, that's your new intro. It's like
thank you.
Diesel had the
cross fan.
Oh, you want cross, right? Hashtag you want cross.
I did until you know how it's like you don't know what you got till it's gone. Now that it's gone, I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I didn't really care.
You didn't really carry in.
I really care. Oh.
If anybody's still listening to this, God bless you. But
I already prefaced this show, so I might as well like miss Scarlett.
yeah,
Did I tell you? Did I tell you a story about Scarlett?
I don't think so.
So I used to party in the city in Chicago all the time, and she was actually one of the bottle service girls who worked at the Underground.
Oh.
So I remember like I was like she was there. I'm just like, I swear I've seen you before. Then I went to an independent show maybe like a good like couple months later. I'm like, that was her. Because I was sitting there scrolling through my phone, and I just happened to like have that picture up right away for some reason, and like I was like, that's the same lady. But yeah, she was. It was nice. Like small world, but
what does she smell like?
Like alcohol.
Like you know what? I could have guessed.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she was really, really cool then. Really, and then really cool, like meeting her like in Ring of Honor shows and whatnot that we used to go to. But yeah.
Shout out Scarlett. Shout out. You know what? Shout out shit. Killer Cross. Nah, fuck that guy. But anyways, yeah, shout out. But speaking of the KKK, we got Survivor Series 1997 to talk about. Not a lot of tie-ins, maybe other than this, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah, man. Did you get a chance to check out this show?
I did, and like I was actually really excited to watch the show because like at first, I don't know, I was hoping it'd be the Screwjob. I wasn't sure of it, and then all of a sudden, like just seeing a Canadian crowd, it's like, all right, this just be lit.
But you were watching the match, you're like, oh, maybe this will be a clean finish.
Oh no! I mean, I kind of figured it was going to be the Screwjob after, like, once I saw it was in Canada, I was like, all right, it's
video packages, yeah,
the video packages. I'm like, oh, it's happening. So it was a pleasant surprise.
Nice, yeah. I had never seen the show before. Obviously, I know the finish, but other than those few seconds, I didn't really know anything about this show. And it was fine. It was fine. I do love the Survivor Series, like all the traditional elimination matches, 4-on-4, 5-on-5, whatever it was. Felt like a different pay-per-view than all the other pay-per-views out of the year.
I missed it. I definitely missed it. Like what I liked the touch that they had was like when all the teams came out by like together.
Yes,
as in like as a group, as one big group, and they had the same music and whatnot. It was just cool to see. You don't really see that nowadays. You see like 10 different entrances.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my god, we get it. Just come out, just pick who the star is, and then follow that person out.
Right. Genuinely, the entrances nowadays are as long as these matches were on this show.
Exactly. It's like we get it. I just saw that on Raw like 2 weeks ago. I stop it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's cool to like have people get their moment, but that's what I'm trying to think of like how I would want Survivor Series nowadays, because like now Survivor Series has that annual War Games because everyone's beefs just happen to peak in November. So
crazy. Thanksgiving time really brings it out of people.
It's like, well, that's another thing too. If I want to go on the show, I'll be like, all right, I gotta piss off somebody. Like,
I have to piss off 5 individuals. Who am I gonna piss?
I gotta be friends with the right people. Like,
I gotta be friends with exactly 4 people, not 5. 4.
4 other. And that's the other thing too. It's like Survivor Series is pigeonholed where it has to be 5 people, and that's one thing that always pisses me off, but it's so annoying. It's sooner like, it's like, I have a beef with someone and I have this match to go on, but this person doesn't really have anything to do with it, but I really need to have 5 to make this work. No, I don't. just fucking go with it. But then once again, it's like sort of like in the back in the old school days, Dangerous Alliance versus Sting Squadron. You would have like everyone come out together and they'd be outside the cage, so you could see everyone like cheering each other on outside the cage and whatnot. Right. I miss that.
Yeah, I feel like they could cycle it through. Like maybe one year do War Games, next year do 5-on-5, the next year do like Elimination Chamber or some shit. Like they could like cycle out these like Survivor themed matches without having to be the exact same every year.
I agree, but I mean, it's cool to see a War Games match every single year. I get it. That's pretty cool. But I guess, the little tropes they have in between, it's kind of like, oh my God, seriously. You don't have to have a 5-on-5. You don't have to be men and a woman's one, because that also takes away from it too. It's like, it's what I mean? So it's like, and then when you have the women's match, you're going to throw in somebody who's never on TV, and it's not just to make sure it's 5-on-5 again. It's sort of like, all right, does this person really need to be in this match? Blah, blah, blah.
Right. It's like, why is Candice LeRae here? Who gives a shit?
She was the first person I was thinking too. I really like she was the person I was thinking of. Like she like which one of these people don't belong? It's like, oh, I've only seen you like once the last 6 months. How about you?
I didn't know you still worked here. Well, that's good news, I guess.
I guess I'm okay with Last Legend being in that last match, but like, did she really do that much? Not really. If you want to introduce her, just put your egos aside, put her over, let her like just smash everybody. Nah, not gonna happen.
No. Have her win like a tournament. Have her win, I don't know. There's other ways to get people over than just having them walk out ominously and stand in the middle of the ring. You have fucking 10 different stare downs with Rhea Ripley. Like, enough.
Can you imagine that vignette? It's like like yeah, all the people come together, and then like Last Legend, I'm Naya's friend.
I'm also here.
Anyway,
but yeah. Speaking of Last Legend, we got the Godwins here. It's gang rules is the theme of this Survivor Series. So we got a lot of gangs, of course, which is perfect for the 5-on-5, 4-on-4, whatever it is on this show. And they kind of bleed together to some extent, but on the whole, I kind of enjoyed all of the elimination matches and honestly the other matches as well. I thought overall this is a really strong show, even though it's really only known for the last like 2 minutes of it.
I 100% agree. I just like how unpredictable the finishes were. It is literally came out of nowhere, and I was there. Oh, okay, and so you get to see a bunch of people that you don't normally see, and then it's like you get to see teams that don't normally see team with each other. It was pretty cool. It was like I liked it a lot. So
the one downside though is that like the eliminations happen so fast, so it's like, oh, Hawk gets beat by one shitty clothesline like that. There's kind of a gap in logic there, but it kind of works. It's like whatever, we'll let it slide for this.
Yeah, pretty much. That was kind of annoying. Like, oh, I just saw someone get clotheslined to death, and he kicked out, and this guy just took one little clothesline, and he just went out almost there. All right, like who'd he piss off? Back?
Yeah, all of these are riddled with it, which we'll get into. But yeah, well, might as well. I mean, unless you have any other opening thoughts before we dive into the matches here.
Same thing as I said before. I love the fact that like I love back in the day when it was America versus Canada. These Canadian fans were really, really hot. Like it was going to be
great crowd. Yeah,
great crowd. So I was looking forward to it no matter what.
The French ring announcers here, which added a bit of a zest to it, which
I just thought it was great where like they were introducing the commentary teams. First they introduced the Spanish team, and then like the audio just cut out, and it was like, and then it was like sort of they introduced the French team, and the French team was actually able to link into the American broadcast so they could say their hellos. So I was like, oh, this is
right.
Great.
It was literally like, here's our Spanish announce team.
All right.
All right, here's our French announce team.
Bonjour. Hey.
And then it like was on like it was the ring announcer talking, but I was like, oh shit, is the French commentary coming through the speakers in the arena? Is it like a big fuck up? But apparently it was just a different ring announcer, which made it feel Canada. Different again. Yeah. Oh, Canada. Shout out ham or whatever. What else? It's all Canada has, right? It's maple syrup and the Canadian bullshit ham or Canadian bacon. I'm sorry.
They have hockey. I'm trying.
That's about it. Well, I'll tell you what they had on this night. They had a opening match here. They had an 8-man elimination match. We have on one side the Godwins and Billy Gunn and Road Dogg versus the team of the Headbangers and the New Blackjacks, comprised of Blackjack Bradshaw and Blackjack Wyndham. First of all, have you seen the boombox spot before that happened on Raw?
I have. Were they bash him over the head, or is that? Oh,
I mean, that has to be a real boombox, right?
Oh, 100%.
The way it shatters into pieces.
Yeah.
Like holy guacamole! That's got to be the most visually stimulating weapon shot I've ever seen in my life. He cracks them open.
I could watch this all day. Just keep it going. Just keep it going.
All right, 2 hours of that. Let's go. Strap in, folks. But that's basically how we got here, essentially. And then you got, some rednecks on one side, the other redneck team on the other side. And it's a lot of that. It's a lot of Southern brawling and meat slapping and a lot of stiff stuff. Speaking of stiff, this Road Dogg promo coming out. I see all the steers and queers have already made their way into the ring. Huh? Got him. I see the black cracks and the butt bangers. That's what Road Dogg said. Current writer for SmackDown.
I kick out of both of those. I mean, it's you might if you get a pop out of it, just do it. Screw it. Because if you say that nowadays, of course you're gonna get canceled. So
right.
So yeah. Before you could say it all day. Like same thing with like Jay Lawler and his like insanely racist comments they used to make. Like nowadays, well, I'll say this: Jay Lawler got canceled really a while back for calling a Tozawa moonsault a ramen noodle moonsault.
Man, that's like not even in the top 100 terrible things he's said or done.
But see how nowadays you get canceled for that, even though that was like probably the worst insult you could say. Oh look, it's a chopstick forearm. What the fuck? It's not even trying at this point.
Man, but yeah, he's here. Speaking of getting canceled, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, just to say like I like the heel work by Road Dogg just because he came out making fun of people right away. Like you can't really do anything because he's speaking over the theme music, and also they have the boom box, so it's all taped up. Just remind them I just bashed this over your head, and they also have like the hats they stole from the Blackjacks, and they're still wearing it. I'm just there like, all right, this is when they actually let tag teams have personalities and like rivalries.
Yeah. Dude, like the switch up too, because you had Rockabilly and Jesse James like a few months ago, which was a dog shit thing with the honky tonk man, like genuinely some of the worst content of that year for the company. And now they've completely switched up, and now they're arguably maybe one of the most entertaining acts going. And obviously we know what they would go on to do, and they're just in the beginning state. They're not called the New Age Outlaws yet, but we're heading there.
Yeah,
we're heading there.
Look, go ahead.
But no, I was gonna say, man, the chants at Billy were unsavory. I don't know if you could make them out.
I don't think the commentary could have made it out. They thought it was French.
Fagout. Yes, I think that's it.
They're like, what are they saying? It must be in French. Well, you see Billy and Road Dogg clearly going, I'm not a fan.
I guess they speak French and the commentary doesn't. So, yeah, the eliminations, I mean, quickly piling on here. We got Bradshaw doing this random ass amateur wrestling cradle to Henry O'Godwin. Why are you showing me your cock and balls?
Oh, I gotta show you this dog that's sitting there trying to get me to take it out. See that thing?
Ooh, you got the peanut butter out?
No, God damn it!
I see it dripping from its mouth.
I told you that in privacy. God damn it! No, he's trying to get let out. I'm doing a podcast.
You could take a break if you need to let him out or fuck him or whatever you do.
I might have to actually. Give me. Oh fuck. Should I?
You're good.
Okay.
You're good. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Good. Go sodomize your dog. That's fine.
Give me 1 second. I'm watching my friend's dog. So.
It's what
fuck. I'm just making sure he doesn't shit.
Is that not what you just took him out to do?
God damn it. Yeah, I took him out because like I couldn't tell if he needed to piss or shit or not. Because yep, he's shitting. God damn it! All right, give me a second. Sorry, man.
And the dog is not having it. I think the dog is resisting. Well, as we all know, Charlie does not take no for an answer, so he's persistent. He's going to make that peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so to speak.
I've never seen a little dog shit so much. Like, where does it come out of? My God.
What kind of consistency is it? Was it a viscous shit? Log?
It was a kielbasa.
Ooh.
Little
beans?
guy like no beans, just Frank.
No beans, just Frank. That's what they call you.
God damn it.
Are we all good?
Yeah. I thought it's raining outside, so I had to dry them off too.
Oh, a nice wet shit. That's...
Yeah. Like I even asked the owner, like, because he just dropped him off just now. I'm sort of like, did he shit? Yeah, he's he shit. I'm like, okay, then what the fuck was that? Anyway, sorry. Speaking of shit, headbangers and blackjacks.
I mean, it kind of ties in with the Godwins here. I mean, hog and pig and shit. I mean, it just all ties together. So I appreciate you for connecting those dots.
I try.
Is Bradshaw sick or is he like an asshole? You know what I mean?
I made a note right away that he's got low-key syndrome. He does not know wrestling's fake.
He wants to be Stan Hansen so badly.
He does. Actually, he does. He really does. Because I know legitimately Stan Hansen, like he really tried to kill Japs. So like,
what? That's not how I thought that sentence was ending. Good thing there's no Japs in this match, I don't think, right?
No,
the headbangers are kind of ambiguous with their race, though. So
maybe they could have been, but no, they were on this team, so they were on the same team, so they're not gonna be hitting headbangers anyway. But yeah, Bradshaw was hit. Yeah, maybe he a little bit of A, a little bit of B. Let's ask Blue Meanie.
Yeah, these fucking boots he's throwing, these like clubbing blows. It's so like he's so like urgent with it. It's like he's trying to kill the guy, which is good, I guess. Like I guess it's the idea, but
it's just a nice contrast because everybody else in the match is pulling punches and doing just regular moves, and then he comes in and the whole move just changes out of nowhere. It's just pure insanity. I love it.
I mean, Phineas Godwin hits this really shitty clothesline to Blackjack Wyndham to eliminate him.
Yep.
Billy Gunn with like this weird back suplex into a face buster onto Mosh for the elimination. And then Bradshaw just gets in there, just like gay. You know?
But that's the funny thing. Did you know how Bradshaw eliminated Henry Godwin?
Oh yeah. Remind me.
He does an abdominal stretch roll up. It was the coolest roll up ever. Like,
dude, like what the hell? Like he's just meat and potatoes, everybody, and then he just gets it. All right, let me get my amateur Greco-Roman wrestling cradle in there. Oh yeah.
I won't saw Bob Backlund do this. It's like what?
I think he's just the shit, Bradshaw. I think he's just the most well-rounded wrestler of all time, perhaps.
It was almost surprising as watching. Ever watch Hulk Hogan do New Japan?
Oh, it's like a flying cross arm breaker.
Yeah. Looking like Chad Gable and shit. Like, what is going on? Cruiserweight champion Hulk Terry Bollea.
Gotta love him. But then Bradshaw, maybe his one Achilles heel is that he gets distracted by Billy Gunn, and then Road Dogg schoolboys him. Bradshaw kicks out at 2.9, but the referee's like, nah, I don't think so, actually. You're eliminated. See ya, Bradshaw. By the way, there's no like announcements of the eliminations, which I found strange. Like, if obviously watching on TV, you understand through the commentary, but if you're watching live, it's like, is he eliminated? I don't know. Did he kick out? Although that was a strange way to go about it, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they shored that up later on, so they probably figured, yeah, no one's knowing what people just keep leaving the ring for some reason.
Yeah, I think these matches are all about the vibes. Like nobody really cares who wins or loses. It's like, oh, let's see 10 guys get in there and do their moves, and for a little bit, then we're done.
Low key, one of my favorite spots of the match is when Bradshaw kicks Road Dogg's face off and his do-rag just flies off.
Good.
Exactly. I'm just sort of like, yeah, that was real. that one was real.
Yeah. I don't think old dog coordinated that do-rag fly off with Bradshaw. That might have been a stiff one.
All right, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna kick me in the face completely, and I'm gonna loosen up my do-rag so it just flies. It's gonna look awesome. And then after my jaw heals, I'll tell you thank you.
I mean, maybe they're just geniuses, and we just don't appreciate them for it. That's also a possibility.
That's an L I'm willing to take.
But the final three is the New Age Outlaws and Thrasher, which is a crazy final guy for your team, but whatever. Road Dogg goes for his pump handle drop, but Thrasher counters into a crossbody, but he did not see the blind tag previously by Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn off the top rope, leg drop 10 feet away from him, but I guess the ricochet of the leg kind of affected Thrasher, and that was able to give Billy Gunn the win.
Like that was when I took note of it, I put Billy Gunn completely misses a leg drop for the win.
I don't know. Was this supposed to be a leg drop or a stomp or I don't even know. I think it just jumped and was like, oh, I didn't think I'd get this far.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, but I mean, whatever. They were hoping. I liked how the replay, they actually showed a replay and they showed it from a different angle so that we didn't know it, but it's like it was too obvious the first time we saw it. So
looked great in that replay.
The replay actually looked pretty cool. It was like a tag team move. It was like a tandem drop and leg drop at the same time.
Looked like a competent maneuver in that second version of it. That's for sure. But yeah, Outlaws are the survivors. So I guess we're pushing these young kids. Road Dogg and badass Billy Gunn, eh?
Happy to see it. I think it would have been way more of a wet fart if like Southern Justice was there, like kind of just sitting there with their greasy hair, like we win. You know.
What does Southern Justice mean?
I don't know, but if they're running around with Confederate flags, so I'm like, whatever it means. Let's just say Blackjacks would have been on their side.
Not the Black's name Jack. Anyways, we got the next match here on deck. Speaking of racist, we got the Disciples of Apocalypse versus the Truth Commission. My goodness, what a cast of characters. Can you name all 8 people in this match?
I got this. All right. We got Jackal. We got Interrogator. Yep. We got Sniper. We got Recon.
Nice.
We got 8-Ball.
Yeah.
Skull.
Yeah.
Chains.
Yeah.
Crush.
Wow. I mean.
That'll get me laid.
Well done. Impressive. But you were saying?
Oh no, that was pretty much it. I couldn't think of a good joke, so I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna say all their names.
Do you remember? Because I saw the Truth Commission come out. Which, first of all, the presentation, I mean, A+. The music, the stomping, like the whoosh. That's a terrible, but it's the ominous feeling, the gear, the matching militaristic gear. The interrogators there, 7-foot-tall Kurgan. Like, what a presentation.
And Jackal played his part. Cyrus Devirus, what's his name now? Don Callis played his part perfectly. It was great.
And he wrestled on this show. Don Callis wrestled on Survivor Series 1997. That is a fact that I did not know until I watched this.
I just love. I mean, maybe I'm spoiling it right away, but I gotta say it. He played his part pretty well. Went in there. And like I think he did like a splash onto one of the bald guys, and then like the bald guy completely no sells it, proceeds to beat his ass, and then Jackal's like, oh well, and goes to the commentary and just kills in the commentary afterwards.
Dude, Don Callis and JR on commentary. I mean, the more things change, right? The more they stay the same.
I'm with you, man. It was great.
Do you remember the member of the Truth Commission that they dropped?
Yeah,
other than the commandant, who was the
never mind,
original leader. I think he had like visa issues. But did you know Mantar was a part of the Truth Commission?
Really? No, I had no idea.
He went by Tank.
That's it. Oh yeah,
the guy in the ski mask. I guess he only appeared like twice, but what a choice.
I mean, you might as well go with Tank. It's like you're not even trying with this look. Just don't even try with his name. Forget it. It's like whatever. But the Commandant, look at him.
He's the man.
Yeah, he's like. But they did a good job of putting in Jackal though, which is great because like same thing. Jackal is like, how did you find these guys? No, they came to find me. I'm still like, the interrogator actually came to find you. Like, did he call you up and be like, Rrr? I'm like, yeah. Because any conversation. And then Jackal was like, yeah, you know what? Say no more. I'm your man.
I mean, the lore behind the Truth Commission needs to be, there needs to be a documentary on these fellas.
They were great. Like, they had the botch machine, Bull Buchanan.
How dare you? You respect B squared.
There will not be any Bull Buchanan slander on my podcast.
Booyah! Oh, he's the man. He's the man.
All right. Noted.
But But yeah, it's just we got the bikers versus the South Africans is what we got here. What?
Out of context, that sounds hilarious.
Yeah, the bikers versus the Africans sounds a lot worse.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, keep going. Sorry.
The white Africans. Man, these people love DOA. I don't know what it is. Do people just love motorcycles?
Maybe. I mean, I guess WWE loves it when like a motorcycle comes out and then yeah, they ride around. But shout out to Jay Lawler. Like, so DOA goes around the ring with their bikes.
Yep.
and they just leave. And they leave their bikes back there. So leaving to think, why did they even do that in the first place?
Thank you.
And then Jay Lawler goes, they're Canadians. You can't trust Canadians with bikes. Or something like that. I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, you can't trust Canadians.
Canadians are notorious for stealing motorcycles. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just another excuse for Jay Lawler to put down Canadians.
It was dumb for them to just ride their bikes to the ring and they're like, oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to not park it here. I'm going to drive back. It's like, yeah, like you said, why not just walk out to the ring? It does get a reaction, though. People, big dumb humans are like, and the people cheer for it. It's like, well, it works, I guess.
But that's the thing. I'm trying to think of like who in the back was like, was there not one person in the back like, maybe you shouldn't bring the bikes out. It's not going to add that much to the match. All right,
I mean, I think it ignited a fire in the crowd to support DOA. I would argue.
I think what happens is when you ride bikes, you get susceptible to sidewalk slams.
Dude, this fucking guy. All right, this match, we have 8 guys here, but there's only one guy they're trying to get over, and that's the Interrogator, a.k.a. Kurgan, for those unfamiliar. Was there any value in Kurgan? Do you think he had potential to be more than he ended up being?
No. Like, I mean,
good. Next match we got
he was just he was the most unintentionally funny guy in this match. I just could not stop laughing at this fucker because like anytime he yelled at anybody, I was just dying because it's like, no one can understand a lick that he's saying and they're arguing with him.
I mean, he's American, right? He speaks English.
That could be argued.
Let's see here. Where is this guy from? Robert Malay. Is he Canadian? He is Canadian. Oh, it's a hometown boy. That's why we can't understand him. Oh, he's only 56. I would have guessed older. But
yeah,
I guess he was pretty young here, right?
Like at least 200 years old.
Yeah.
At least
born in the prehistoric era. I mean, he's crazy looking. The traps on this guy.
Exactly. You'd have to choke him like this. Like,
yeah, I mean, Great Khali couldn't do anything with this guy. It's just, what do you do? What do you do? And like, he only has one move. I guess he only needs one move because it always wins. He always gets the pinfall. So why learn another one? You know?
I literally rewound the match because I'm like, I swear, didn't like 6 or 7 people in this match lose to a sidewalk slam? Like,
I think he pinned everybody on the team with the sidewalk slam, right?
This guy, killer. Dude's a killer. Which
I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna go through my notes here, just make sure I didn't miss anything. Because like you said, Jackal Don Callis starts out. He hits a big flying knee to what's his dick? Oh wait, no, that's later. I'm sorry. Chains and Interrogator start like right away. So Interrogator hits a sidewalk slam onto Chains. That's the first move he does, and that gets him the win. Jackal comes in, flying knee to one of the bald skinheads. And then hits his own sidewalk slam. Wait, what happens here?
Yeah,
somebody hits a sidewalk slam to Bald. There's 2 bald guys. There's a Ball and Skull. I just call them Bald and Bald.
There you go.
Whatever. The point is, Interrogator did 3 moves in this match. They were all sidewalk slams, and they were all pinfalls. And he's the ultimate survivor. The Interrogator is.
Just nobody kicks out of the sidewalk slam.
And they're all like not that good. Like they're pretty shitty sidewalk slams for a guy that tall.
He barely picked him up and he fell over.
Like, are you that? He does this one like flying splash in the corner that misses. But he just takes a hilarious bump. And I just don't think he was cut out for it, unfortunately. As visually like cool as he is looking, like it's unfortunate he couldn't really grasp anything else than a sidewalk slam.
like I said, most unintentionally funny guy. I couldn't keep my eyes off that dude. Just too damn funny to me.
Yeah, well, looking forward to his oddities run, I guess.
Oh yes.
ICP. When I'm looking at this guy just destroying all these bikers, I'm like, you know what he needs? He needs some insane clown posse behind him. That'll really give him a kick that he needs, I think.
You add insane clown posse to anything, and it's pure ratings gold.
That's something. It's something. It's more like ratings, what just came out of your dog's asshole, I would say. But I'm not talking about your cock. You know what I'm saying?
4 inches of thunder.
Any like specific thoughts on this match that we didn't touch on? It was pretty straightforward, I thought.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was all right. It was two gangs, gang wars. They warred. It all made sense in the end.
Exactly. And the Africans beat the bikers.
Africans win always.
Headliner.
You know what I mean? So, but we cut. Well, I guess before the next match, we cut. It was earlier in the night. The camera crew was getting with the fans. They're asking everybody, "You think Brett's gonna win? Or you think Sean's gonna win?" And then everybody has their answer. It was more Sean than I thought it would be, given that they're in Canada. Are you a Brett or a Sean guy, Charles?
I am 100% a Sean guy.
Oh,
I almost let that slip, but no.
You were unsure. I think you might be in the middle.
Nope, definitely Sean. It's just that the only reason why I stopped being a Sean guy was like finding out how he was in real life. Like he made Vader cry. You don't do that to my Vader.
Poor guy.
Vader is a beautiful, beautiful soul who also has low key syndrome. We'll get to that. But you did not make my big teddy bear cry, Sean. You jerk.
That was your breaking point.
It was 100%. All the other stuff too. Yeah, whatever. Sunny. But
who didn't? You know what I mean? Who didn't crack her?
Sabu.
What?
Isn't that true? Like Sabu and Sandman ran a train over her. Like it was.
This is the first I'm hearing of it, but I'm not going to research it. That's fact in my mind. That's officially canon in my head. I'm going to tell everybody that I come across that happened. I'm going to spread the word.
Sign guy Dudley had a sign that said, "Damn."
Well, speaking of signs, AOL had signs, I think, or whatever, emoticons or text.
They did. That little triangle and the circle in the middle.
And if you want to talk to Stone Cold Steve Austin on AOL, now's your chance. Kevin Kelly's back there getting all the scuttlebutt. Austin's coming back from his neck injury. We'll touch more on that later. Did you ever talk to any wrestlers on AOL?
I did not, but I want to call bullshit on that commercial. They couldn't get the AOL commercial. They couldn't get the guy to type faster.
People are learning. The Guam isn't as high back then as it is now.
Can you imagine those conversations then? Like, Steve Austin, how do you feel? How's your neck doing? Okay.
Well, that's why everybody was like the, TY, LOL.
Yeah, NDG, neck. Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
Neck doing good. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm just like, because that's what it was. The commercial was literally the guy was like, I'm like,
look, humans are still evolving. They're adapting to the technology. It's like us with AI. That's how people are going to look at us in 2026, in like 10 or 20 years.
Let's make an AI video together. I would love to. Like,
put me in a bikini. Enough. Fuck.
I just wanted a video of us like with our eyes closed, like dancing in a club, listening to that John Hamm song.
Somebody could make that happen if they're listening. Easily. John Hamm.
Let me tweet it out.
See you in 2 hours. But by golly, this next match, we got a lot of meat on the bone here. We got another Survivor Series 8-man tag. One team, you got Goldust, Mark Marrow, Steve Blackman, and Vader versus Team Canada, represented by Doug Furness, Jim Neidhart, Philip LaFawn, and the British Bulldog. Man, where do we even begin here? Where would you like to begin here? Let me throw it to you.
I don't know. Like, if I were to start Team Japan, I would have the team be led by the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Team Canada, and you got a guy named British Bulldog on your team. What are we doing here?
Yeah, he does kind of fly under the radar. He's like, yeah, I'm Canadian. I'm aligned with Brett. I'm Canadian.
His trunks has a giant British flag on it. I'm like,
Blimey, I'm Canadian. I love maple syrup, boy.
I can't with this. They had that pre-match interview, and I was sitting there like, when they were introducing him, I'm sitting there like, is any of these guys like Canadian? And then I'm glad they brought it up, because like with Doug Furnace, like I'm sitting there like, I used to watch, because I have.
Is he Canadian?
No, he's not.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, but he even said in the interview, he goes, I am American, but when they say if you don't love America, you leave it. Well, I left. I'm just there. Okay, at least they're addressing addressing the fact that he is clearly American.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I got a quick side for you. One of my favorite tag matches of all time. I don't know if you've ever seen it. What's that?
You said this is? Oh,
this is top 3 by far. But
okay, yeah.
But it was besides the what's it, Disciples of Apocalypse and the Truth Commission match.
Sure,
is gonna be so Doug Furnace and Phil Lafon versus Kobashi and Kikuchi. I don't know if you ever if you've ever been on Cage Match and seen like the best matches of all time.
I've seen Kikuchi, that's for sure. Not on Cage Match, but on in a cage, that's for sure.
was it blurred out? Anyway,
anyways, you were saying Kikuchi?
That match, one of my favorite matches of all time. Like when I saw it was Lafon and Furnace, I'm like, I know those two.
I love it.
So just for
was that like around this time period?
No, it was way before.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Because they kind of made their name in Japan and then came to the States.
Exactly. So, and then if anyone who's a Kobashi fan, definitely watch that match. Great. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Love a good hot dog, that's for sure. That was his name, right? Kobashi. The hot dog guy? Yeah.
Oh, Kobayashi. I see what you're saying.
Oh, Kobayashi. That's what it was. That's what it was. Anywho, we got Steve Blackman here making his debut here at Survivor Series. He debuted actually on Raw as a fan, just a random fan fighting for his country with his martial arts. I don't know, man. He gets in the ring, he hops the barricade, he fucking spin wheel kicks everybody, and now he's in a pay-per-view match. I don't know. I mean, I guess it gives us Steve Blackman, big fan of the Lethal Weapon, but interesting debut.
It was, but I hate to say it, he looked great in this match.
I mean, I like the cut of his jib.
Me too. He's perfectly cut.
I think so.
I don't know. He's not a trained wrestler. Find it. They said that in the middle of the match, but he hits like the most beautiful great Muda elbow I've ever seen. I'm like, holy shit, this guy's awesome. And then he proceeds to do like all these cool kicks throughout the match, and it didn't look too bad. It wasn't like a botchamania or anything like that. I'm liking this dude a lot. Dude,
if he had any charisma, he could have been at least like a good mid-tier wrestler throughout the Attitude Era. But,
I agree, but yeah, I agree. But they did try to work with it by making him a comedy guy, but head cheese. I think one of the greatest things had to be he was in a retirement home, and then he was entertaining. I think he was singing for the retirement home, and an old lady goes, "You suck, black man." And then he proceeds to beat daylights at her. Like the next, just look for that clip, because like the next clip is like he takes nunchucks.
Right. I forgot that element because it was with Al Snow, right? They were doing like karaoke. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
black man. Mm-hmm. We got Goldust here trying to be a black man. Apparently, look at this guy.
Slowly morphing into Black Rain.
Great call. That is a foreshadowing with Black Shadow all over his face.
You know what? Other than him and Roddy Piper, no one else could get away with this.
Yeah, it's weird they cut the Roddy Piper match off of the network, but they kept this.
I don't know. I guess, it's like, they even have FU in front on his cheeks.
You know what FU stands for, Charlie?
Fuck you. I don't.
Forever. Wait, hold on. What was it? Forever Unchained? Yeah, Forever Unchained.
Yep.
You know why he's unchained? Because he's broken up with his wife and his kid. Because I don't know if you remember that famous segment on Raw. You know, because, you know, they were doing the whole thing with Goldust and Brian Pillman. Pillman beat Goldust and was awarded his wife for Pillman to do God knows what with her. Then Pillman dies. And then they're like, oh shit, where do we take the story now? Oh, I guess Goldust will be now abusive to Marlena instead of Pillman. And is like he's like, you've had me on a leash my whole life. You don't know anything about me. You don't let me be myself. Well, I found somebody that lets me be myself. And they haven't like revealed who. I think it's Luna Vachon eventually.
Yeah.
But he's wearing in this match black face, all black face paint with a gold FU on his cheeks, gold eyebrows, and a gold handlebar mustache, which that didn't seem necessary. So, but he has this. I might cut this part out. He has this face paint on, this black face paint on, because it's.
No. Cut that out because I.
What's wrong?
Because I'm not supposed to laugh at that joke. I'm supposed to be like, "Hey, shut up, man. That's fucked up."
Anyways,
he's like,
"Oh, anyways, we got Goldust here. Is the point of that?"
Oh man,
who else is here? So we covered Steve Blackman. Mark Marrow is here, also being abusive to his lady, because she's getting more attention than he is, which, you know, can't blame him.
I can't blame him.
And then Vader's here to kind of tie everything together. He's the voice of reason on this team, which feels like an unsteady foundation, I would say. But
I mean, if you look at those four, you put them like in a room together and say that this is the voice of reason, you'd probably be like, yeah, yeah, I can see that.
I guess blackface, bald boxer, and a guy that's not even a wrestler. Yeah, makes sense.
I picked the guy with the jockstrap on his face. That guy.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. He knows what he's doing. This Vader, it's Vader time.
But you know what, Vader was definitely one of my favorite parts of this match because, like, same thing. He brought the hard hitting. He definitely changed the mood of the match. Like, he would just come out and just like potatoing the living daylights at everybody. Once again, now understanding that this shit's scripted. Chill out. But nope, Vader don't care.
Splashes.
Those splashes looked painful, and I think he eliminated. Didn't he eliminate like every person that he didn't he do a pull an interrogator in this match?
Yeah, somewhat. He's inspired by the interrogator Vader. We all know this.
But for the fans out there who want to watch this match, I want them to pay special attention to how Vader takes out Jim Neidhart, because it's so awesome. And I love it. he does a combo, elbow drop right to the balls, and as the poor guy's trying to recover from the ball shot, he just falls on top of him for a splash and beats him. I'm like, this is great.
I mean, if you're that big and girthy, just fucking lay on the guy. They're not going to kick out.
It was so good, and like it was worth the price of admission. Like, I don't need Brett versus Shawn. I got Vader elbowing someone in the balls.
Who needs that? I don't even know what happened in that match.
But you know what happened? British Bulldog with Power Show. That fucker, like he power slammed Vader in this match, pulls him up, and then suplexes his ass. I'm like, that Canadian can go.
I mean, Vader is a pretty bottom heavy fella. Like that's a hard guy. There's heavier guys out there, but he's just, I don't know. He's just not very like maneuverable. It's like trying to get a couch up a tight stairway. Like, how do you get this guy up?
Pivot.
Pivots. Bulldog did. And yeah, it's that. Blackman gets DQ'd because he's too lethal. You see, he doesn't understand, which I actually do enjoy, because like he doesn't understand the rules of wrestling. Yep. So he's just like beating up on everybody on the apron, everybody in the ring, out of the ring. He won't stop. And the referee's like, all right, you're DQ'd. Fuckface, get out of here. Learn the rules before you get in a wrestling ring. Like, it made him feel like volatile and dangerous, which I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah. That was my favorite part too. Just see him just go batshit crazy. Like, no, Black, no. And then and he gets counted out. I'm like, good. At least something made sense here. I get it.
And then, like you said, Vader starts eliminating everybody with splashes. One to Jim the Anvil Neidhart. He hits a second rope splash to Philip LaFawn that looked brutal.
Yes.
Eliminates him. Mark Marrow gets in there, throwing some pretty shitty looking punches to the body. I mean, he's literally in the corner like fucking Shane McMahon punches.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I was like, dang it. Great minds.
Which, like, he is like a boxer. So it's like him, like, I guess, like, pulling that back is tough, to be fair. But speaking of hands, Goldust apparently has a broken hand, which is why he's not tagging in, allegedly.
Yep.
Doug Furnace hits a belly to belly onto Vader, which is another impressive spot. And then Vader is getting pissed at Goldust for not tagging in, so he slaps him in the face, which I guess counts as a tag. And then Goldust just walks out, counted out, which one would ask, why bother even coming out? But maybe just wanted to get his message across. F you. Unchained. Hate
but alive.
Yeah, he is. Egg on my face. Vader bombed to Doug Furnace. So now it's just Vader and Bulldog. But right after, Vader gets the pin. Bulldog with a ring bell shot to the back of the head of Vader, unbeknownst to the referee somehow. Ding! Huh? And Bulldog gets the 1, 2, 3, and Team Canada wins in Montreal. Sensational.
There are 2 referees in this match.
You needed 2 guys to look away to roll Furnace out of there.
And that started a theme throughout the night, where it's like 2 referees are out there, and you gotta find a way to distract 2 referees from the miss of spot. It was just like, I'm just like, fuck you guys. Like,
yeah, it is rough that they did the exact same spot later, which
exactly.
And we talk to each other.
Oh my god, it was pretty bad. Like, one of those things where it's like, if you don't want to put yourself in that situation, if it's hard to like figure out a way to make 2 referees look away, either don't cheat or just stick to one ref. Like, don't AEW yourself into a fucking hole, you know.
They're paving the way for them. That's for sure.
Yep.
It was interesting that Bulldog gets the win and then he just like storms out, which I believe this is his last match. So maybe that's why.
Oh, well, there you go. Like, go out on top with just bopping someone over the ring bell and running out.
No celebration, just, bit bops. We have the whole Brett situation backstage. I don't know if he's rattled by that or what the deal is, but
I probably need to take a shit just like this dog just did.
Speaking of shit, I bet you might have to shit after a super supper. We got the super supper sweepstakes. The winner being announced here, Charlie. What do you know about the super supper sweepstakes?
I must have fallen asleep during this because I don't recall this at all.
The super supper sweepstakes?
Yeah, I must have fallen asleep because I don't remember this. Yeah, you gotta enlighten me on this one.
Well, it's just been, they've been running commercials on Raw. The Super Supper Sweepstakes, you enter to win, and the winner gets to invite a WWE superstar to dinner.
Oh, I did catch this. I know exactly what you're talking about now. It was really awkward.
Jacqueline Cook.
Yeah, Jacqueline Cook. Congrats.
I don't know. They called her, commentary did, announced she was the winner. She sounded like she was going to pass out and cry. And she's inviting Stone Cold to dinner. So, man, Steve Austin about to get that Jacqueline Cook action going. Shout out Steve. Shout out Jackie.
Who would you pick?
I was literally about to ask you that. Damn. Fuck, I don't know why I didn't prepare my own answer. Like right now?
No, from this card.
Oh, interesting. Not Steve Black. Goldust. Goldust in this specific iteration?
Like, what do
Got
you
a lot
want
of
to eat?
questions.
What do you want to eat? Like where do you want to go? My hand. I can't. I can't. In my hand.
Yeah, I mean, we got to go somewhere with straws because can't eat with this.
You're gonna have to feed me.
Forever Unchained. I don't know. Who would you pick?
I think I would easily pick Interrogator.
That's a great answer.
I'd be like, what'd you say?
Would be a hefty bill.
I have no. Yeah, that's true.
What do you think he eats?
Oh my God, children.
Whoa. I don't like how quick that came out of your mouth.
I mean, listen to him talk. I mean, he got bronchitis from eating a child. Well, I don't know. It's like he's like a freak of nature. I have no idea. Of all people, his jawline, he could eat a kid. Big
baby eater. This Kurgan is.
Oh man, that's more parts that you need to cut out of this episode.
Oh man, it's over, Johnny. But
you know, we could have picked like Sable or something like that, and I picked Interrogator.
No, Interrogator is a way better answer. Seems like an interesting guy.
Or maybe I'd pick Road Dogg, because he would just sit there like just say something like, "Oh, to him," or Jim Ross, because I like a good Asian joke. Because you know they're gonna say some bullshit like that.
Oh yeah, that combination of people, it'd be riddled with, you know. So, speaking of Chinese people, we got none in this next match. We got Mankind versus Kane. Kane's in-ring debut, ladies and gentlemen. He has, obviously, he showed up at Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell, destroyed his brother, and then in the weeks after on Raw, he's been destroying everybody. It's whether it's Ahmed Johnson or Scorpio, Too Cold Scorpio, the Hardys. Like, he's just killing everybody. Like, they'll come out for a match, they'll be expecting somebody else, and then you hear the pyro goes off, and Kane comes out and he tombstones him. One of the men that he destroyed was Dude Love. He killed him. He killed Dude Love, and now Mankind is here to pick up the pieces. Which, fun little story here, especially with the Paul Bearer element, how Mankind and Paul Bearer were linked up last year, but then they split, and we got that element, and then you got the Undertaker stuff in the background. Opening thoughts. There's a lot going on here. What'd you make of this whole scuttlebutt here?
Ah, man, like, I'm glad you mentioned the Hardys when it came to like people Kane was beating up, because like I just kept seeing the same clip of him over and over again beating up on Flash Funk and Ahmed Johnson. I'm just like I just feel like they played that way more. It's like right. Kane, the Hellfire racist. You know, it's like
the Hellfire racist. All HR. Kane.
But little did we know that he actually was anti-LGBTQ all this whole time.
All this flaming he's doing, doesn't like it himself. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty good. But jokes aside, like just watching the vignette of the match, the promo, whatever. Kane was a great character back then. Like this Mike Myers type, unkillable, crazy power like character, and then his entrance was like aura to the max. Especially where he like puts his arms down and all the pyro came out. I'm just like, even though I've seen it a million times, it just hits every time he does it, and especially this being his debut, it just looks so good. So yeah, it was. Oh god.
No, I was gonna agree. He's so stoic. Like even just his entrance, like obviously like the pyro goes off. Just the way it like zoomed onto his face when he came out, like in that mask that he has, this original mask, which is so like menacing looking, covered his whole face. It was very like mysterious and brooding. And obviously this big bastard comes out, hops over the top rope, and then does the shit in the right. Like, I agree. Great character, great presentation early on. And honestly, I was not expecting a lot out of this match, but it ended up being pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like my first note as I was watching this match was, I'm gonna hate this match, and then sure enough, I was very wrong. It was intense from the start. It was just pure Kane beat down, like I'll say it again, Mike Myers like beating the living daylights out of like a poor person just like trying to get away. And yeah, like it just starts like red hot, pun intended, I guess. Where like was it Kane takes the stairs and just bops like Mankind over the head with it, and like it just proceeds to just savagely beat the daylights out of him most of the match. So yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, and Mick Foley was the perfect guy to get him over to, because he was putting his body through hell to try to get Kane over, and I thought it worked because, like, you know, in the ring, first of all, they got the Sin Cara lighting going on, but the red version, which not a huge fan of that, but whatever.
Did you hear Jim Ross's explanation?
Oh my god. Remind me.
It was like he was like was it Jerry Lawler goes, "What's with this red light?" And Jim Ross goes like, "It's part of his powers."
Like all the pyro and stuff, that's their powers. They're just conjuring the lightning.
He's superhuman, and he goes like, "I don't know." I was dying because I'm like, he doesn't even believe his own bullshit.
But I guess what else are you gonna say? Oh, Kane went to the guy backstage. He went to Ted, the lighting guy, and told him to keep it on. Like, I don't know.
It's true.
But you know, Kane's dominating in the beginning as he should. Like you said, very Michael Myers, kind of they can't really knock him off his feet or hurt him at all until the match makes its way to the outside, which is Mankind's forte. Hits like a stun gun on the steel steps, Mankind does, to Kane. But Kane gets back up, gets in the ring. Mankind hits a pile driver to Kane. And then he takes this opportunity to give the mandible claw to Paul Bearer. Locks it on for a second. Let's go. Mankind's on the apron. He turns around. Kane's up. Grabs him by the throat. Shoves Mankind off the apron through the announce table. Which I thought looked pretty... Yeah.
Which announce table?
La mesa número dos. Claro que sí. La español. Mesa de español.
Ay, Dios mío.
Ay, cara. What did Morrow say?
I don't know.
Mamma mia. That's not
Mamma
Spanish.
Mia, there you go. Exactly.
But yeah, just I mean, kind of a choke slam, whatever it is. I thought it looked really good. Announce table spots are still very like new at this point, so whenever you see it, it's still like there's an element of like, whoa, what the fuck? Mankind, they're fighting all around the ring. Mankind hits a sick DDT on the concrete floor onto Kane, then follows it up with a cactus elbow onto the concrete. I mean, gee whiz, this guy's pulling out all the stops. And then, craziest. I mean, Mankind goes to the top rope. Kane's still on the outside. Kane sits up, goes to the apron, does like it's not quite a Brock Lesnar jump to the apron. It's more like you know how peacocks jump? How they like, their like legs suck up into their bodies, then they levitate and then they come out. You know what I mean?
I'm picturing it now.
That's what Kane did here. He just like stiff-legged jumped up to the apron and then gorilla pressed Mankind off the top rope onto the floor.
That was probably the one non-Mike Myers like move that he did, but it was still pretty cool.
Yes. Oh, this guy's an athlete, I guess. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Then Kane gets in the ring, and I like how Kane didn't like throw Mankind in the ring to try to get the win. Kane just went into the middle of the ring, waited for Mankind to crawl in, and then hits him with a tombstone. 1, 2, 3. Kane wins in his debut match. And again, just far exceeded my expectations.
Me too. Masterpiece. Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia. And yeah, it was like, ironically, they did a great big man, little man match. You know,
I mean,
Mankind played the little man, and like he did a great job of it, just taking all that heat, and just like you just can't help but be like, man, it's just a brutal beatdown, and to see him just keep getting back up, it's just like it was just really intense. Like it just did its thing to like get Kane over as a pure monster, and I loved it.
Yeah, no, it's a great way to fill time because we're still doing the deal where Undertaker is refusing to fight his brother. We got to drag that till Mania. So that, again, it's building up Kane as a monster, like you mentioned. And yeah, Mankind, a guy who has beaten The Undertaker before, was a great guy to do that, boost his credibility. And yeah, all good. No notes. No notes.
Well, the one thing that I'll say is like Kane is not as good as Interrogator because Kane did hit that sidewalk slam and he did not pin Mankind.
Yeah,
so
maybe you should take
Interrogator
lessons.
is here. Kane, right there.
Now the question: did we ever get an Interrogator versus Kane match?
I'm pretty sure it was like a lucha style where there was a lot of hurricane ranas and arm drags, and the promo off was amazing beforehand.
Kane versus Kurgan. Let's see here. What do we got? Doesn't seem like it, unfortunately.
Go on match guide. I'm sure it was there somewhere. Like
there's still time though. But they're both still around.
That's true.
So,
that's true. You sure it wasn't
AW? Let's get that going.
A DDT or Freedoms or AJPW or like.
Yeah, it might have been Wrestling Society X. I think they might have ran it there. Tyler Black was a special guest enforcer or something. Jimmy Jacobs was there.
Stop it.
Teddy Hart was set on fire, I think.
And then they actually had an AOL chat in the middle of it so you could interact with the people.
Right. But they were typing a little faster then because it was like 06 at that point. So
that's true.
Long-term storytelling. AOL. And then there was a weird segment after this, which I didn't really have a lot of notes on, but I think it kind of plays into what I want to talk about later. It cuts backstage to Vince McMahon and Commissioner Sergeant Slaughter with Michael Cole interviewing them. And Michael's like, yeah, a lot of tension backstage, huh, guys? And they're like, yeah, pretty tense. And then Michael Cole's like, I'm going to put you on the spot, Vince. Who's going to win the main event tonight, Brett or Sean? And Vince is like, I don't know. Which felt unnecessary.
Yeah.
But again, I think that might have fed into what happened later. Let's put a pin in that. But first, before we get there, we got another Survivor Series 8-man tag. Team 1 is Ahmed Johnson, Ken Shamrock, the Legion of Doom versus the Nation of Domination, D'Lo, Farouk, Kama, and The Rock. First of all, fit check. Ahmed Johnson. Thoughts?
What do you mean? Wait, by fit check? As in, like, does he
pass? I don't know. That's not what kids say. What thoughts on his fit?
Let's just say his look was definitely illustrated throughout the match. It was just like, I mean, what the one word I would say is sloppy.
It's wet. It's moist. That's for sure.
No, that's like I think was it Lawler who said something like, "How is he so wet before the match?"
Dude, like, but actually, look, let's start up top here. So he's got the so much electrical tape around his wrists and forearms, way too much.
Yep.
He's got the tights hiked up a little too high, but it's fine. You gotta show those cheeks. You got knee pads around the quads.
Yep.
Knee pads around the knees.
Yep.
And then knee pads around the shins, it looks like.
Yes.
One leg has the WWF logo all over it, and one doesn't. There's like one random red knee pad in there. I mean, a lot going on. I mean, out of 10, I guess, rate it.
Oh God, I can't. He actually looks kind of cool. I'm gonna say 9.
He looks badass. Look at the look on his face. He's gonna kill somebody.
I know I said sloppy earlier, but I was more thinking about his ring work. But like, yeah, looking at this photo, it's like you see this coming at you, you're still gonna fucking run.
I mean, good googly moogly. That's gonna haunt my dreams later, I think.
Make my dreams better.
Yeah. But out of all of this, I mean, Ken Shamrock to me stood out. He was so over. People loved the Shamrock here. I don't know if it was just people were into MMA, if they just liked his look, his music, maybe the entire package.
Had to be.
Were you a big fan?
I was.
Were you a big fan of the Shamrock there?
Oh, 100%. Like I remember his first time he ever came out, and like they had him beat up on some jobber, and he just like mounted him and just threw like a bunch of punches, like freaking, let's just say Bradshaw style, poor guy, and then like he just completely demolished him. And I'm like, this is gonna be cool. And like the music helps, and like the way he walks, where like he looks like he's trying to get the wedgie out. Is the way he walks.
He does. His balls are always sticking to his leg.
Exactly. So he's got to unchafe, as you will. But besides that, everything about him was just great. So yeah, and then same thing. Like I don't know if anyone ever like the fans saw his fights with Hoist Gracie beforehand, like or his fights in the UFC. Like oh yeah, he was a killer. So
yeah, there was a level of credibility here, and then like one might compare like a Ken Shamrock to Steve Blackman, but Ken Shamrock, like while not like a silver tongue on the mic, he had this like innate charisma about him without talking.
Yeah.
'Cause I always remember loving him as a kid. I don't really remember why, but it's just I don't know. He has a cool look, cool music, cool moves.
Yeah,
that's really all you need, I guess.
And then you look at Blackman, he just always looks confused.
Yeah, he looks like he's got his pajama pants on, his bowling shoes. I don't know about that.
Like he walks down to the ring looking for his seat number. It's because what I mean.
That's what he did, and then he hopped the barricade.
But yeah, this even then, like he would have fit in this match.
He would have.
Right?
He had a line stand to it.
Just saying.
Yeah. But man,
why is it that this match had to have everyone with different entrances though?
That's a good point.
Right? It's like we gotta let like LOD get their own entrance and Ahmed with this. Well, maybe that's what it was. Like someone might trip and fall after Ahmed, but
yes, like whose music do you come out to? You gotta choose. You don't want to choose.
That's a great point, but I would pick Shamrocks. Did you see like 4 guys walking out to Shamrock's music? Holy crap!
By the way, I'm glad you mentioned. I forgot to mention earlier with Team America in the previous one that came out to Kurt Angle's music, aka the Patriots music, who I guess is gone. So it's just funny seeing like Goldust and Vader come out to Kurt Angle's music. But
yeah, I don't feel as patriotic saying that when you think about that. When you put it that way.
But yeah, The Rock is here. Huge heat. He's very Wheeler Yuta-esque. The Rock is, where people just love to hate him for no reason. But it's like a running gag here. And obviously he would parlay that into great success. But early Rock here, I think it was pretty clear early on that he was the dude, I thought.
Oh, most definitely. Like that much heat. Like you got fans chanting "Die Rocky Die," and I'm sort of like, all right, you don't see anyone saying "Die Farouk Die." I mean, like what I mean? It's like,
yeah. If Farouk gets eliminated first out of his team, which I saw that, I was like, maybe they're testing the nation without Farouk to see how that goes, and it felt like it went pretty well, I would say.
Yeah.
Rock bottom to Hawk pretty much right away to eliminate Hawk. Which is crazy. Like the Road Warriors are like, they're impenetrable, they're unbeatable. It's like, one Uranagi, boom, see you later. And Farouk and Ahmed Johnson go at it, which this used to be such a hot feud, but it felt just like a interstitial chapter within the match. And then Farouk goes for his Dominator, but Ahmed Johnson clumsily flips out of it and then hits the Pearl River Plunge. Eliminates Farouk, which I was watching this. I was like, this felt like it should have been the finale, but given what happens later, it kind of made sense. And Farouk, he gets eliminated and he's jabbering with the ref. I don't know what he has to argue about, but he's arguing with the ref. And he ends up tripping up Ahmed Johnson in the ring and holds his feet down for Rock to pin him, which looks very clunky. And I don't know. They didn't even do like the classic like suplex. Oh, he tripped him up and then held him. It was just like he just kind of dragged him down. And I don't know.
That's where I was talking about that theme of these refs looking like shit, because like Jack Dones was just finishing arguing with Farouk. He sees Farouk trip Ahmed, holds his ankles, and then what does Jack Doan do? He pretends to get hit by something and looks away. And I'm just like, fucking hell.
Well, I guess you can't DQ Farouk because he's already eliminated.
True. But once again, it's like, why put yourself in that situation? What was the original plan anyway? You're going to argue with Farouk, and then you're just going to stare at a kid in the crowd. It's like... So,
these
yeah,
refs,
they're whoever booked that shit was not even trying. Like, forget it. But, yeah, you were saying how Ahmed Johnson beat him with the Pearl River plunge, but before that he had fallen over. This was probably the worst Ahmed Johnson match, and that's saying a lot. That I've seen,
Yeah, it
that I've
is.
seen in a while. That poor guy was late selling. Like he would get hit, and like 3 seconds later, he'd be like, "Ow," and like he would take like the half-ass bumps, and he would like he looked like he got winded after like getting to the ring. You know,
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
it was just like just bad.
He's been through so many injuries at this point
Yeah,
too.
true.
You
Yeah.
gotta feel like he's like, maybe this isn't for me. We're definitely
But-
like on the downslope for Ahmed Johnson.
Or it could have been a circulation issue.
That is a great point, actually. Not a lot of blood getting to that brain.
Because it's in his hands.
It's all in his hands and his cock.
The package.
Speaking of which, maybe my favorite spot of this match was when D'Lo Brown held open Ken Shamrock's legs, and then The Rock just gets in, punches him right in the dick, and then walks out. Like the timing of like, let me get in there. Goose. All right. Out. Like it was just hilarious. Hilarious.
You know what what made it even better? After he hits him in the dick, the fans chant, "Rocky's gay, Rocky's gay."
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, good job, guys. Good job, guys. I wish someone in the crowd was like, he liked that. Oh yeah,
Man,
part of the match too. I had to note that.
maybe a close number 2 was the New Age Outlaws coming back out. They've apparently stole one of the shoulder pads of the LOD and the face paint, I guess, because Billy Gunn has like the Road Warriors face paint, and Road Dogg is wearing the shoulder pads, and this draws out Animal, because obviously Animal's not going to take this.
Nope.
And then Road Dogg apparently has Mr. Fuji white powder and tosses it in the face of Animal. And then Animal he's incensed. So he chases them and he gets counted out, so he's out of there. What else? What else is happening? Anything else about this match in particular that really tickled you? Tickled you in the
I
funny
mean,
business?
like now I'm shitting on that ref again. You know, the same ref who missed that the Farouk thing. So Animal sees New Age Outlaws come out and he gets really pissed off. So he takes Jack Doan and completely demolishes him. Like
Right.
he like shoves him really hard or punches him. Jack Doan gets up, no sells it, no doesn't. And I'm sitting there like, all right, there. You wanted Animal to lose by a count out. You could have just DQ'd him right there. Simple as that. But no, this guy got to look like pure shit even more because he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna ignore this and like make sure this count out happens.
Right.
This is, I mean, my inner Jim Cornette lazy booking. Good Lord, guys. But other than that, no, like, no, I don't got anything much to say about this match other than the fact that like I loved how good like Rocky looked, how good Shamrock looked, and then it made for a great match overall. I still thought it was fun. It was just a lot of Ahmed, and then it was a good time.
Well, yeah, you mentioned it. Ken Shamrock and The Rock. They ended up being the final 2 in this match, which is like very clear what the company sees. Like these are the 2 guys going forward. The Rock, again, they redo the spot from earlier with Bulldog and the ring bell and that whole business.
Yep.
Shamrock makes D'Lo tap out to the ankle lock. And as they're getting D'Lo out of there, The Rock smashes Ken in the back of the head with a steel chair. Unbeknownst to the referee, big smash. Didn't hear it, I guess.
Yep.
But this time, Rocky makes the pin. Ken kicks out at 2. Huge pop. You got to figure everybody was like, oh, they're doing this finish again. But it was not the finish.
Yep.
Some fun near fall. There was some pretty good action here at the end. Like, I wouldn't have minded just like a one-on-one match between these 2.
Agreed.
That brutal spinning DDT The Rock does. You got like a pretty unceremonious people's elbow, which is funny. He's like just introducing that move and it's kind of like in the middle. Rock goes for that DDT again, but then Ken counters with a Northern Light suplex, and then out of nowhere, Ken floats into an armbar and then transitions into the ankle lock, and then The Rock taps out. By God, by God. Ken Shamrock is the ultimate survivor. Good googly moog. And the crowd was all for him. I mean, him getting this big win, the crowd reaction, he looked pretty good in this match. Like, you would have thought Ken was going to be like the guy in the company for years to come.
Yeah,
Ended up not really being the case, but I don't know. I mean, I guess word is that, he didn't really want to commit to wrestling. He still wanted to do like UFC and shit like that. But man, if he wanted to commit, he would have been huge, I thought.
He also had a low key problem too. Like there was word that he was always like stiffing the daylights out of people. So they just didn't want him to move up because like he just keeps stiffing the shit out of him. Like why stop now?
Right.
Hey,
Yeah, you can stiff the Steve Blackmans of the world, but not the Stone Colds. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like poor Steve Black, and that's why he's so confused. Why people keep hitting me?
That's why he keeps hitting people because he's very confused. Poor Steve. Now he's just like a real estate agent or whatever the fuck. Then we get like a random commercial. Why are we just hearing the DX music in the Titantron? But apparently that was like the theme song for the upcoming In Your House D-Generation X. And I wish when pay-per-views were just named after like wrestlers, like 2026. Let's have In Your House Grande Americano. You know what I'm saying?
In Your House, here comes Dominic.
That's great. Right? That's great. Somebody write that down.
I mean, come on, like Grande Americano. Which one's it going to be?
That it could be all of them. That could be the card. You know how like WCW did Sold Out with just NWO guys.
Oh, it'll be all
card full of Americanos.
Oh my god! It'd just be like a 20-minute match, and that's it. Like, good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Well, I'll take a 20-minute match over like a 3-minute match is what this felt like. We have the Intercontinental Championship on our hands here. The champion, Owen Hart, defending against Stone Cold Steve Austin. I was wondering why I never heard about this match. It's not like obviously everybody's heard about the neck break at SummerSlam and all that shit, but it's like, what? How did they follow up with that? I wasn't really familiar. Didn't really know how this match shook up. And seems like Steve Austin shouldn't be in the ring based on what we saw. I mean, he didn't take any bumps. Very quick match. I mean, we can get into it, but yeah, it was a very it was a weird situation overall. What'd you make of all the story of Owens trying to break his neck for good and paralyze him and take him out? Like they're kind of leaning into the thing from SummerSlam and Steve Austin build up of like stunning everybody to get himself back in the ring so that they'll let him wrestle again and all that stuff. What'd you make of all of this, I guess?
I've never seen a 3-minute match hyped up so well. Where it's like, that drama of like, he just came back from his broken neck and like you want to get revenge for the broken neck and you want to get your title back. It's like, so you're thinking it's gonna be a really intense match and it's gonna be, a big setup to this like grand comeback. When in fact it was just like Stone Cold Stunner, game over. And I'm like, man, you set this up for that? Like, just don't do it, or just push it back a little bit. Because like, let's just say like you use Blink and this match never happened. How was the show? It's exact motherfucking same. So
yeah, it's like I want because Austin won the IC title at SummerSlam and then dropped it. And then Owen Hart won a tournament to win it back, and then he just drops it back to Stone Cold. Maybe they were unsure if Stone Cold was able to come back, so they had to. I don't know, but my thought was like, just keep the title on Steve Austin if you're going to do it like this. But
agreed.
And like even during the entrances, like it felt like Owen's heart wasn't into it. Part of the pun, but that was unintentional. That's a bad joke, Gong. But Owens,
it was just a Stone Cold finish. Gong, thank you.
It was like Owen comes out, he's like, I don't know, maybe he's distracted by his brother Brett and Bulldog leaving. Maybe he's unsure about his future, all that shit, and maybe still bummed out because he injured their golden goose. I don't know, but then we see how this match plays out. It's like, oh, he probably wasn't into it because he's going to lose the title in 2 minutes. But
yeah,
you get a stunner, you get a couple stunners, you get one to Jim Neidhart. They brawl around the ring for a little bit, and they just get back in, and it's immediate stunner. Bing bang, but they didn't like climax to it. There weren't like false finishes. There weren't, and it was just let's get in the ring, stunner, boom. Which maybe that's all the crowd wanted. The crowd loves a good Stone Cold stunner. You give one to Jim Neidhart to open the match. and one to Owen. Maybe that satisfies the crowd. Maybe that's all they needed.
Well, they got enough sidewalk slams, so at least now the other move to spam of the night is the Stone Cold Stunner.
Should have been a sidewalk slam in this match.
That's what I'm saying. If you could run in there and sidewalk slam every single person, I would have been like, this match is the greatest match ever of all time. That's what I needed to see.
You know, I actually hate sidewalk because I wrestled for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I trained for a few months. I don't know if I told you about this. And I injured my shoulder doing a sidewalk slam.
As in, you were throwing it.
Yes, and I just braced wrong. To this day, I don't know what happened. I partially separated my shoulder, and I just never wrestled again. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
So
I could see that
sidewalk slams.
Because it had to be the arm that you're like cradling the guy, not the one you're lifting with.
Yes.
Right? It had to be that one. Because like there's like that would be such an awkward landing.
I think I just panicked at the last millisecond and tried to like stop myself. And I don't know. These simple moves are harder to do than people would probably realize.
Yeah, but it's more fun for us to like sit back and just like make fun of it as opposed to like
actually. Oh no, yeah.
It's not for everybody, you know.
We're the experts here.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, fine stuff. Austin's champion. Austin's on top. He's still the hottest, injured or not. He's still the hottest thing going. So what are you gonna do?
It was fine for what it was. It was like, even though like, yeah, I definitely would have liked a lot more drama because of that setup. But hey, whatever, he came out, stunned some people. That was it. And then you know, the one thing that Stone Cold did not lack was intensity, where he starts a match and just starts like swinging at people wildly, like right away. So it was fine. Like I if it didn't happen, whatever, but it did. So here we are.
Yeah, and that leads us into the main event. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels have a match, and then Shawn wins. Anyways, Charlie, where can everybody find you?
That's how the ending was. That's how the ending was. That was perfect. That's the perfect way to set this up, because right when the match ended, well, thank you for watching Survivor Series. It's like nothing happened here.
I mean, obviously everybody knows what this is. The Montreal Screwjob. Like, it was very abrupt. Like, the finish happens. Like, from the moment that the bell rings to the show going off the air was probably like 30 seconds. And it was just like, because like all like the stuff with Bret Hart smashing the monitors and doing the WCW deal, like that was all like after. That was like all off air. So it's like, they really just like, oh shit, we gotta get out of here. See ya. Good night, everybody. It's just like, Jesus.
But I did enjoy the brawl before the bell actually rang. So I guess the brawl went on for like a 10-15 minutes, and the bell rings, and then like the match over. Hey.
Yeah, the match itself, I guess, probably like what, 10 minutes?
Yeah,
maybe.
But still, it was like just that brawl was just really intense. Like they did a lot of crowd work where they went over the guardrail and started fighting within the crowd, and like these idiots in the front row were taking swings at Shawn Michaels. So that was, I don't know if you caught that, but
yeah,
that was
you had to expect that though.
Yeah, 100%. But it was just surreal to see people were still swinging at him. I wasn't sure if they were like actually pulling their punches or not though. It actually looked like I couldn't tell. They were really either really swinging at him, or they were doing the fake stuff that you and I would do back in the day as kids, you know. But
right, they probably have a Vader level of stiffness, like where it's still working, but like it hurts, you know.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a great way of putting it. If it was a low key level, then he'd be dead.
Right. Low key should have been in this match. I think that would have made it better.
But yeah, I thought there was some fun parts in this match, like that part where the fans were like bopping. HBK was cool to see. So every time they went into the crowd, I was waiting to see if any more fans took swings at him or not. And then it was a lot of HBK like selling for Bret. This is why one of the reasons why I like HBK so much is his selling is just so great. Like Bret would punch him and HBK would sell like he was like his head's gonna get knocked off, and he's just fumbling and stumbling around. And like even when they were fighting towards the back, I think Bret hit him with like what, suplex or something like that, or I forget what he hit him with, but a backdrop
suplex.
Yeah. So it's like you could see the intensity was all there, and then like even when the let's just say the agents came out to try to stop the match or whatever, I got a kick out of Shawn Michaels completely demolishing Pat Patterson. Like
Canada did not like that.
Yeah, well, there you go. You know, yeah, keep doing that. You gotta like play to the crowd, and he did it perfectly. Like, there you go, the first intercontinental champion ever.
See ya, you old shit.
Yeah. So
well, no, I thought, yeah, that Pat Patterson, Gerald Briscoe, all the agents and the security and all the refs come out. Like, I thought they did a great job. And like, first of all, like the video packages leading up to it and all the interviews and the promos, like they're really leaning into the real life heat these guys have. Yes. Like they understand the audience knows this and they're kind of leaning into that with like them brawling before the bell even rings into the crowd and up the aisle, and like the level of like people trying to separate them kind of gives it a sense of realism a little bit. But then they eventually get back in the ring, and then they end up having, I mean, it's a pretty short match after that fact, but I mean, there's some good spots there. I mean, you got Brett working the leg, obviously, as he always does. You got the figure four on the ring post. We got a regular figure four, which I don't know if that's like an allusion to the company he's about to go to. But yeah, I mean, are there any other once the match actually starts? I'm trying to think. There's a Shawn cross body off the top rope that Brett rolls through into a really close 2 count. It's very different than their WrestleMania match, which is crazy. It took them like 2 years to have a rematch. But because like that match is very slow and methodical and technical, whereas this match was very much like an Attitude Era main event brawl with some good drama. But then the finish happens. And, you know, we all know the deal. Shawn locks in the sharpshooter, or he tries to. Then Brett adjusts his legs so that he can lock it in correctly.
See, he tapped with his foot.
There we go. See, that counts. That counts. Shawn locks in the sharpshooter. Earl rings the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Screwed up the pooch. Brett's pissed. Shawn's confused. You do see Brett spit in the face of Vince on the feed. But it's literally that happens and then we're off the air, which is crazy. My question to you, it's kind of the typical cliche question, but is this a work or was it real?
Oh my God. It was a real work.
That's not an answer.
God damn it.
What the fuck, this guy?
I mean, we all know the answer to that one.
No, tell us. What's the answer?
It was work.
Okay, thank God. I thought you were going to be one of these dumb assholes that think it's real.
How could it be real? No, you know what? I'm not even going to get into that. It's fine. Like, as long as it takes 2 to tango. Let's just say that.
I was kind of hoping you would think it was real so we could argue for once. But, you know.
We usually agree on it quite a bit. I mean, like, what do you think? Is it tomato or tomato?
Depends if it's on a salad or not.
Fuck!
I hate salads. Fuck you and your salads.
The whole thing was just surreal because, like, you know, when you see it, even when you know what's going to happen, it still is crazy to see how it happened. Like, how they could even do that where it's like, you already know, all right, once he locks in the sharpshooter, I figured maybe the sharpshooter would be in for it a little longer. So this look a little bit more legit that he might have tapped, but then it just right. Happened. Like Brett was already wiggling out of it, and you see Hebner already like called for the bell, and then you see like Shawn Michaels like. Here's the great part where Shawn Michaels is acting like he's mad at Vince. Him and like of course Hunter's out right away too. He's like, hey, I'm here. Like,
what the heck?
Hey, I don't know what's going to happen, even though I knew exactly when the finish was going to happen. I just happened to be out there at the same time. Hey,
it was way too animated. Like, if it was real, he would have been just like head down, like, all right, let's get out of here. Yeah,
exactly. You know, it was like, hey, look at me. I'm upset about this. I'm sort of, all right, where are you? You know?
Yeah. And so, like, go ahead.
Oh, no. So it was just, I'll just go back to saying how surreal it was, just knowing the whole story and seeing how it unfolded, what we see, and then later on what we find out later on. So
yeah, and it's like I've always, up until recently, I've been of the opinion that it was a shoot, that it was not a work. But then I watched the product as I'm doing chronologically in real time, and like the context of the time is important because like we're in the heat of the Monday Night Wars. WCW is still rocking and rolling, and WWF has been throwing bombs on TV. They're doing these like You remember those Jim Cornette promos?
Yes.
Where it'd literally just be like him on screen talking shit about WC. Not like a veiled like reference. It's just, hey, Kevin Nash, you're a shitty wrestler. Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, you fucking shit the bed on paper. Like he's literally saying that word for word verbatim. Just for like 3 to 5 minutes every week. Then you got like Jeff Jarrett coming out, returning to WWF and cutting a shoot promo on Eric Bischoff in the ring. You got like tons of references every week because we just had the Hogan Piper cage match. So they keep referencing age in the cage. They're throwing all these, they're like doing all these crazy outlandish things on top of like the crazy Goldust story that they're doing with him like yelling at his wife and breaking up with her. You got the New Age Outlaws calling people steers and queers. You got Stone Cold doing his thing. You got the Nation of Domination saying Vince McMahon hates black people. You got DX, vandalizing locker rooms, having like racial slurs on the walls. Like they're doing a lot of crazy shit. Is it that out of the realm of possibility that they're going to do an angle where a guy loses a match that he didn't think he was going to lose?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Makes sense to me.
It fits like the themes and like, again, they're trying anything they can do to get like, I don't know if it's, people talking about it or just heat. Because another thing, like, I've always wondered, like, well, who would have gotten anything out of this screw job? Well, you get fucking Vince McMahon, the character, out of this, Mr. McMahon, which leads us into, because they've already tested the waters with Vince versus Austin. So this is just a way to amplify that, to establish Vince as a heel, to create something with Steve Austin, who is the top babyface. So that's a clear path. You got Shawn. I mean, this gives Shawn and DX heat, which they're clearly leaning into DX because they got the next fucking pay-per-view named after him. So they needs a boost. And then also Brett doesn't have to lose his title cleanly in his hometown.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I know.
You know what I mean? And also the wrestling with shadows shit. Well, he just happens to be mic'd up for this. Are you kidding me?
It's a good point.
Are you thick in the? I mean, they're documenting his last days in WWF. What's the story there? When he wrestles a match and then leaves? That's the climax of the movie. He has a shitty referee gig at WC. That's where we're gonna end it. No, you have this thing as the climax, clearly planned, mic'd up for all the interactions with Vince before the match and then after the match, and then you're catching Vince after he gets punched in the face by Brett. You have Brett and Shawn. Brett's like, did you know about this? And Shawn's like, I had no fucking idea. Just happened to have cameras and mics set up for that perfectly. Big dick.
I want to argue with you, so fuck salad. But it's I mean, it's cinema. It's exactly what you said. It's like here's a setup, here's a spike. The setup is all, everything that's happening in between. Like, we're gonna set up this shock value, and then like all of a sudden, right. what's the ending? What's the climax? What's the the just the big bang at the end? So I really want to argue, but I can't.
Like, I mean, like, I don't know. What are arguments against it? That, like, I guess because like people involved, it's like, because Vince Russo and Jim Cornette were involved with this too. It's like, I guess somebody would eventually say that it was a work, but maybe they didn't know it was a work. Maybe it was only Brett, Shawn, and Earl Hebner and Vince. They kept the lid on it because of the reason everybody benefited that I mentioned. So it's like, why are they going to spill the beans?
There's no such thing as a. I'm going to say that there's no such thing as a secret in wrestling, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Here's a tight circle that you think that you're gonna get, but the hole is actually bigger. I don't know why.
So many jokes.
Exactly. So many jokes. I think I gotta stop this.
No, keep going. Keep making it bigger.
And it's like, and then you get to this point, and it's like, okay, I forgot what I was gonna say.
You got lost in the sauce there a little bit. It's all right. It happens.
Nothing like a good hole to like get you distracted from everything else going on.
Speaking of holes, you got Bret Hart. This doesn't have anything to do with holes, but Bret Hart You know, the
A-hole.
smashing the monitors. It's like, oh, that's a very like sports entertainment thing to do. Oh, let me take it and smash it against the floor. Let me draw WCW in the air. Like, it was just cornball wrestling shit. Like, this isn't real. I don't know, man.
Did he really hit Vince? By the end of the night, did he really hit Vince?
Allegedly.
I'm just saying, you know, it's like it goes to the whole idea of like, if this truly was set up perfectly in this and everything the way it came out.
Right. Maybe Vince didn't have faith in him being able to sell it well, so they didn't.
Here's my thing though. Here's how I'm gonna argue with myself. Look at that. There's a long time ago, Kevin Steen versus Vince McMahon. Where
Right.
Kevin Steen headbutts Elaine Dale outside of Vince McMahon. Stephanie comes out, tells Kevin Owens, "Get the fuck back!" Right? So to what level will Vince go to sell an idea of this is what's going on right now?
Of course.
Do you see what I'm saying though?
There's no limit.
So once again, like it's like I'm kind of arguing with myself at this point where it's like I'm trying to give you the other side of the coin, but it's like boom, is that coin really valid, or both sides heads?
What? So wait, so you're saying Vince? You're saying that he would do it as for real and then just take the consequence of it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, as in, like he would take that shot.
Yeah, no, sure. I think I think he would.
And then so if anyone even thought that they're gonna go like leak the whole true story, but how do you say? But he really got hit though. He really got hit. So it's like it goes back to what I was saying before: is it a work or a shoot?
Well, we never saw the hit, so it's
if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it.
Eli Cottonwood.
I don't have a mustache.
I don't have one.
I'm not really adding anything to your because like I feel like what you said pretty much sealed the deal. Like as in what I feel too.
No, I understand what you're saying. I don't think that's like a standalone like argument against it though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly, and we'll never know, but it's why it's so important, because it just happened freaking 29 years ago, and we're still debating it till this day.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know. Brett could have just walked out. He could have come out to the ring, grabbed the belt, and sprinted away. Count out. If he was really that worried.
But they just did that to Stone Cold Steve Austin and Owen Hart match. They can't do that again.
I mean, they did the same finish a couple times during the night, so they're not above doing that.
British Bulldog still running around with a ring bell somewhere in the back.
And then the interrogator comes out and he sidewalk slams Shawn Michaels. That could have been the finish. That should have been the finish.
And he gives the New Japan style promo at the end.
Oh, yes, in Japanese.
Thank you for coming. Arigato.
Anyways. I think we pretty much covered it, right?
I think we covered it.
Any other nuggets you want to throw into the nugget pile?
Is that another Owen Hart pun?
Yes, that was
no. Other than like, you gave me a couple choices on what to watch. I had a feeling this was gonna be the Screwjob one, so I'm honored to be watched Survivor Series '97 because it was such a historic event. So no, it was like not only was the ending a great big event in wrestling history, all the matches up to it was very entertaining, and that's what wrestling is. It's just entertainment, and then you come out with some kind of feeling,
right?
Some kind of emotion will be like drawn into you. Like that's what usually the main event's all about. So no, it was perfect for me. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue the finish of this show set up like the Attitude Era. Like, you got Vince and Austin on the horizon.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Vince in general. Brett's leaving. Fuck him. Sean's not gonna be around that much longer. But you set up Austin and Vince out of this, and then earlier in the show, you got The Rock being set up, and Triple H is there, and Steve Blackman's there, of course. So
yeah, a little bit of attitude right there.
Recon, all of the big stars are here, and Speaking of big stars, they all said no to being on the show, but I'm glad that you were able to come on here and talk some survival. It's always a pleasure having you on, Charlie. I know you're out of the podcast game nowadays, but anything you want to plug, shout out, kiss on the cheek, anything?
I just want to plug your show because your show continues to review great stuff. So yeah, and I'm always gonna plug GETCHO because same thing. They're my boys. They always put out good work. Their freaking Sway sessions are very unique and still always very funny, and they always come up with something new. Always come up with something new. So I always have to shout them out, no matter what, no matter where I go. They're always gonna be the first that I think of.
Is that a Backstreet Boys lyric? No matter where you are, where you're from. Is that what you said?
As long as you love me.
Take us out with some NSYNC.
Gone? Right? Oh, no, fine. Bye. How about that?
No.
What?
Do the dance at least. It's pretty good. I like the way you move. I like the way you move your hips.
They don't lie.
Yep. I hope that dog shits on your floor again. Once again, thank you to Charlie from the GETCHO podcast for joining the show. Always a good old time with my boy Charles. Go check out the GETCHO podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts and all of that hullabaloo. With that, I think there's only one thing left to do, and that is to hit that goddamn jingle, Bartholomew. WCW, ECW, WWF, who's the hardest promotion? Eric or Vince or Paulie? I think we can agree, though. Heck, Myers is the shit. Alrighty then. The hardest promotion battle of 1997 continues. WWF versus WCW versus ECW. WCW is in the lead with 34 points, ECW with 20, WWF with 4. Now, full transparency here, I just recorded this portion, and when I shifted to the scene, my mic was muted. So, didn't capture the audio there, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet here. I'm going to kind of rehash what I talked about and what me and only me heard. Grade of the show here, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube. You can follow along here. I'll talk you through it if you're just listening on audio. I gave Survivor Series 97 a 73. I thought it was a very good show. While I thought it was a fun show. Overall, it was, you get to the nuts and bolts of it. You can kind of critique a lot of things. But ultimately, it was a very easy watch and a very pleasurable experience watching. So I think it warranted a pretty good grade. But that being said, it wasn't, no real stellar performances other than maybe like Kane and Mankind, and Brett and Shawn was really good. There's fun stuff throughout, but I think a 73 was appropriate. Halloween Havoc got a 75. I think it was like slightly below Halloween Havoc, in my opinion. But better than Bad Blood, which got a 71. So that grade doesn't change the average score count here in terms of who's in the lead. ECW still maintains that lead of the highest average pay-per-view grade with a 73. WCW with a 71, WWF with 65. So we go back here to the overall scoreboard here. So ECW maintains that 15 points for having the highest average grade of their pay-per-views. And I'm just going to give you like the abridged version of this. Best TV, best in-ring, best out-of-ring. Currently, we are tracking WCW as the best in all of these categories, and I think we will maintain those. Nitro is just a unique show that has a lot of pivot points and plot, kind of things you can follow throughout the show. Upper card, mid card, low card, tag team, women, men. It has a very well-rounded approach to storylines and also a very well-rounded approach to in-ring. You got cruiserweights, tag team, you got hosses, you got main event guys, you got lower card stuff doing pretty well. It's entertaining. Like you got Benoit and Eddie and Jericho, and you get the Flock is around now. WCW just got a really well-rounded product at this moment. Goldberg's up and coming right now at this point, whereas WWF, they got some good stuff at the top and might have one or two good matches per show, but the peaks in WWF might be a little bit higher, but I think WCW just has the more well-rounded product ECW, in my opinion, isn't really in the running in these categories because hardcore TV is kind of a lot of highlights and there's some good wrestling there. There's some good stories, but I would say 97 is kind of an idle year for ECW. Well, not idle because they're making big moves in the pay-per-view game and stuff like that. But I think we're still kind of revving up. ECW is at this point. So all that to say, WCW maintains those, I guess, 35 points for having the best TV in ring and out of ring. Best match of the year, Brett and Austin. Don't think that's going to change. Best wrestler of the year, Eddie Guerrero. Easy. Best character / storyline, Stone Cold. Best segment of the year, Jerry Lawler debuting at ECW WrestlePalooza. All of these will stay the same here following Survivor Series 1997. Worst of the year, again, all of these are going to stay the same. Best or worst match of the year, the Bad Blood flag match. Worst wrestler of the year, Prince Iakea. And leave a comment if you could think of any wrestler in 1997 that was worse than Prince Iakea. Because, and I've said this a lot in the previous episodes, like what he did was bad, but it was so short-lived and so it had such a limited impact that it's like I have a hard time just leaving him as the worst wrestler of the year in 1997, but I really can't think of anybody else. So leave a comment if there's anybody that I'm forgetting or overlooking here. Worst character / storyline. We are tracking Pillman, Cucks, Goldust. This might transition to just Goldust here by the end of the year as I've watched the Raw after Survivor Series and I've seen the direction that they're going with him. And by golly, he somehow gets more racist looking. Just a weird pivot. But whatever the case is, WWF maintains that -3 points. And worst segment of the year, of course. We started with it, I think. And I think we're going to end with it. Miss NWO from WCW sold out. So all of that to say, no changes to the scoreboard here. Probably fine that I actually kept this shorter than I did previously because there's no changes. So WCW still in the lead here, but we still got 4 more shows to cover here. We got WCW World War III. We got ECW November to Remember. We got WWF In Your House Degeneration X. And we got WCW Starrcade. So we got WCW's biggest show of the year in Starrcade. We got ECW's biggest show of the year in November to Remember. And we have just a very volatile time in WWF following the Screwjob. So very, very pivotal last couple weeks, last month or two of 1997. So a lot can change. Something's going to have to change if WCW wants to, or if somebody wants to beat out WCW at this point. So, but with that, that's about all I got for you guys today. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Love you. Let me always appreciated. Appreciate all the support. Leave a rating, leave a review, kiss me on the cheek, kiss me on the belly button, in the belly button, not on it. It's a common misconception. People don't like being kissed on the belly button. We like being kissed inside the belly button. In case you were wondering, I did not say that on my previous recording. I didn't just rehash that. This is just what's falling out of my mouth. We're at the point in the podcast where if you're still listening, you're a real one, so I can just say anything I want. Including all those dirty getting on my and sucking my... Appreciate everybody. Love you. Mwah. I'm hard.
Yeah. And the hardest, talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what hard is. Standing strong and proud, nothing can knock it. Let's get it started. It's the hardest, talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what hard is. Standing strong and proud, nothing can knock it. Let's get it started.